Yoga has been the biggest benefit I've added to my life. Come with me to yoga class while I also explain the top 10 reasons why you should do yoga, the top 10 benefits. And I'm telling you, yoga almost to me should be one of those things that's mandatory for a human, especially in 2023 with human beings living in fight or flight and just super high stressed environments and high states of mind surrounded around stress. But in this video, I'm going to tell you the top 10 benefits to doing yoga. So number one is obviously increased flexibility. We all need to be more flexible. I'm sure being more flexible goes without really having to be explained. It helps you with your balance when you're more flexible. When you're more flexible, you can do your strength training, go deeper on your strength training. You can play with your kids and have more of a limber, agile way of being able to really play with your kids. I mean, there's just, the list goes on with how many benefits becoming more flexible can be. But this is number one, and I'm not going to say the level of importance in order, but this one is definitely more physical. But once we get to more of the mental, I feel like that's where it gets really juicy. Number two is increased muscle strength and tone. Believe it or not, yoga can actually get you to be really toned, because really what we should be doing is becoming more in tune with our body and actually using our muscles when we're in the deep stretches. You would think that your body's really relaxed, and in some instances it is relaxed. Some instances you're using some of your muscle power. Some instances you're really using all of your muscle power to hold your body up in certain positions. But I've noticed that since I've done yoga off and on, I've been doing it more consistently the last 3 months. But as I've done yoga for the last 2 years off and on, I've noticed that there's just certain muscles that have been activated in my body that I had no idea about, especially in my arms. So yes, you can activate your glutes, you can activate just so many different muscle groups while you are doing yoga. And that's something I did not know before. The next one is increasing and maintaining a balanced metabolism. So as you can see here, the class has begun, and there's a lot of different poses where you're in the pose for a very long time. And a lot of those poses have to do with really turning your body and twisting your body in different ways. That is twisting your lower body, which of course is twisting your intestines, and it gets things moving. So it maintains your metabolism in the sense of helping you release. And I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. And it helps you your body really get in touch with that lower stomach area that we tend to really not give a lot of attention to. I mean, unless you're maybe doing some lower ab crunches, just really sitting in a position where your lower abs are being worked through that entire stretch, it really gets you aware of that area of your body. So that's a really, really great benefit. Number 4 is obviously weight reduction. And believe it or not, again, this yoga, especially if you do more of a high intensity level of yoga, it can really be a workout. And when you're doing the downward dog, and again, when you're holding certain positions or transitioning in between positions, it's actually like somewhat of a serious workout. And not even somewhat, it really is a workout. So it gets your heart racing, it gets your heart rate up, and that's when you start to burn fat all over your entire body. So definitely utilize yoga as a way to lose weight. The next one is it really improves your posture. So as you can see, I'm sitting straight up in a lot of these exercises even with this one where I'm twisting my legs in front of my body, my posture at the beginning of this posture is straight up, and it really gets you in tune with your spine and shoulders back, and really stretching out that neck area, stretching out the shoulder area, and just really being in tune with having your spine in complete alignment. So as you can see here, I'm in as close to the best alignment that I can be in, and we hold these poses for a long time. And the yoga class was an hour and a half long, so you're not going to see the entire hour and a half, but there's a lot of these exercises that we're sitting in it for 5 to 7 minutes. So it may seem like we're transitioning between these pretty decently, and they look easy, but when you sit in them for a very long time, they become very hard very quickly. So the next one is now we're getting into more of the juicier, deeper mental benefits. So it can reduce your stress. When you're sitting in these different exercises that are just having you really feel into your body, because you're just so focused on feeling into your body, you don't even really notice that you're not worried about the issues from the day, what happened at work, what happened with a friendship group, what happened with a spouse, what happened with a child, someone honked at you on the road. It's just, you're kind of really in the moment, because you literally have to hold your body up in a certain way, and you're having to breathe through it. And you really are learning how to breathe through your nose. And I believe there's even scientific studies that shows breathing through your nose intentionally, really deep breaths, can actually reduce stress and help you kind of move past a difficult moment. Definitely look that up. Let me know in the comments if that's the case. I think I have come across some studies about that. But definitely really reducing your stress is a huge benefit. Another benefit is it actually builds your strength. So I know I talked about, and we're going to kind of go back and forth between the mental and the physical, but it builds your strength because you mentally have to have mind over matter to hold your body up in these certain positions that are really, really, it seemed difficult, but I've actually been in shock actually with how much my body just feels stronger, especially in the downward dog. I really had a tough time being in a downward dog position because the back of my arms were so weak and I didn't even realize it. So now that I've been doing it for 2 years off and on and been more consistent the last 3 months, the back of my arms, it's like I can get in a downward dog and stay in there for a really long time and not even start breathing hard, because my body's just become a lot stronger. So you actually build strength because your own body weight is weight, just like a dumbbell. And in this video, you'll see a lot more calm stretches and calm postures. That was just the theme of the class. But usually my yoga instructor is very, very, it's different every week, but she is no joke. She's awesome. And she really gets us working. But this particular posture, or this particular class, was all about really it is perceived as a more simple posture, but you're actually really feeling in it and perfecting it. And it becomes difficult because you're sitting in it for such a long time that things start to go numb. You have to really adjust into certain tightness, of course, in a very safe way, and really being cognizant and aware of if you're pushing your body too far. So the next one is it helps you make healthier life choices, because during yoga, you're really feeling into your body. I noticed that, along with some other things that I'll talk about in another video, I've become so heightened with my body, especially when I'm with what I put into my body, because yoga has you feel into different pains in your body. It has you may be in a certain posture where it's really stretching out a really odd area on your body that you just don't pay attention to. And so when you're going on about your day, like I noticed, for example, you have to really keep your core engaged during yoga. So I know when I'm going on about my day quote unquote normal life, I just wasn't engaging my core all these years. I just was letting it kind of hang out. And so now I'll catch myself, I'll like be in the grocery line and I'll like engage my core. And of course that helps you, build strength, get tone and things like that. But those little things can really add up over time. Something as simple as engaging your core all day when you're sitting, when you're walking to the elevator, when you are walking to your car, and just engaging your core and not letting it just kind of be in this hanging out, relaxed state, can really, do some significant changes over a long period of time. So that's just one example that I have, but it really gets you aware of your body. And another thing is, food. I notice certain food I'll eat, I'll immediately get bloated. My body just immediately gets inflamed. And to me, that's just an indicator that I need to not eat that anymore, or I need to cut it out for a while, or I need to slow down while I'm chewing my food. How many times have we all been scrolling on our phone, whether it's internet, social media, looking at all these different notifications that are going off, and we're eating at the same time, and all of a sudden we look down at our plate and we're like, wait, when did I even get my plate of food? I just got my plate of food and all of a sudden it's empty with like one speck. When did I eat it? So just really becoming aware and living in the moment, especially with eating it slow, really enjoying my food, really taking in the burst of flavors in your mouth, and just having an appreciation for food and that very moment, and just being in joy of that, whether things are going good in your life or things are not going so good in your life, that everything has an ebb and a flow, and you can really be in the moment and just have your mind wander and think about, just work through things and just be in the moment, and that comes with not being so engulfed in social media. So again, see how far I went with that? Yoga can really make you aware of a lot of deeper layers that are sitting there under the surface, ready for us to uncover. Another major benefit to yoga is it lowers your blood pressure. I'm not going to go into detail about that, but definitely that is a huge benefit. So that's something to consider. It also relieves different aches and pains in our body because we're really feeling into it. And if you have a really good instructor that you are letting know that you have a certain, knee issue or a back issue, they can really help you work through some of the tightness and the pain. And I've seen people in my class literally come to the class with no more back pain, and things that the doctor said that are just going to be an issue for life, they're getting healed in the yoga class, in the yoga practice. So that's something else to really consider. Of course, you want to do these things. You want to do yoga as a lifestyle. It's not even something where it's like, oh, you take a fun class and yeah, you can look at it like that at the beginning, but it's a life practice. It's something that while you're on your journey, your yoga practice is also on that journey with you. There's been times where I just am killing it in yoga and my body is just twisting and bending in all kinds of ways, and then maybe 2 or 3 weeks from then, all of a sudden I'm just extra tight and I'm just off balance, and there could be something off balance that's going on in my life. And so it really just helps you. It's a tool that you can use to help you work through and solve through issues, because a lot of those issues do pop up in the mental, whether we have mental blocks and then they manifest into physical blocks and just the overthinking, and it can just spiral. So I truly understand why they call it a yoga practice, a life yoga practice. It's not just something where you just do a couple stretches and that was fun and cute and we get to wear cute yoga gear. It's really something that is a gift from God to help us navigate through this life in this beautiful shell that we have. So those are about 8 to 10 different benefits. The benefits are honestly endless, but those are some that I wanted to highlight in this video. As you can see, we're up and going and standing at this moment. But again, my yoga instructor said that it was a full moon. So she was like, it's full moon energy and let's just take it easy. And I was like, cool. I don't really know about the full moon, that all the different energies of the different cycles of the moon, but I'm super open to all of that. I believe all of that has an effect on us. If the moon has an effect on the ocean waves, I guarantee it has effects on human beings. So that's how I look at it. So those are the benefits. Definitely let me know what other benefits that you've gotten from yoga. Let me know what other just experiences you've had with yoga. If you are into yoga and if you want to see more videos like this of me doing yoga, I'll try to set up my camera on the low. I try to just have it on myself as well to respect others as much as I can. But let me know if you want to see more like this. And throughout the rest of the video, I do other yoga exercises. You can fast forward to different parts in the video and just see the different exercises. It starts to get really good as the video goes on. So if you want to enjoy the music and the different yogic postures that I do in this video, definitely feel free. Make sure you guys subscribe. I appreciate every single one of my subscribers. Also, click the links down below for my How to Lose Belly Fat ebook guide, especially since summer is coming up. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.